Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is PerfectForex. And today guys, we'll be doing a quick breakdown of some of the synthetic indices commodities. We looked into some commodities at the beginning of the week, and we'll be reviewing them, looking at how far they've gone, how far our analysis has split out. But before we get on to what I have for you guys today, if this is the first time you're coming across my channel, if this is the first time you're coming across my YouTube page, I would like you to click on the subscribe button and also do well to turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video like this, whenever I post new content like this, you will be among the first people to be notified. And also do well to share my content with your friends, with your family. Let them know that something amazing is happening on my YouTube channel. For those that are interested in learning Forex, learning about the synthetic indices market, you can as well recommend them to my channel for them to get first-hand knowledge. And also, as I always say, please do well to smash the like button, do well to drop a comment, do well to hit the notification bell, as all these also helps the algorithm of the video to reach as many people as possible. Okay, guys, quickly, all that being said, let's quickly get on to what I have for you guys today. So let's start with VIX 51S volatility 51S. As you can see, there's a markup on the screen already. There it is. There's a markup on the screen already, and this is actually my bias based on what the market is doing right now, and it is that VIX 51S will be dumping to the downside, before I made this video, I caught some few pips on this. I think I was able to enter from this zone. Show quickly. Yes, I entered from this zone. From here. I entered from here. Made some few pips and I came out, I think, around 30 something pips. Let's see. Around 30 something pips. Let me move it up. Yes, I just caught some few pips, although my overall bias for 34 pips, 35 pips thereabout. Although my overall bias for VIX 51S is an overall sell. We'll be seeing VIX 51S dump to the downside, and I'm expecting VIX 51S to drop and try to at least dump into this zone. Because if you look at this closely, this is the last bearish candle that caused a break of structure, that is a break of this structure. And if you begin to refine it down to a much more lower time frame, you get to see much more clearer other blocks in this zone. So I'll be seeing VIX 51S drop from VIX 51S drop from this zone down into the zone 4. We might see any other bullish move or whatever the market might want to do. And let me just quickly hit you on why I am speculating that this is going to be a drop. Now, if you look at this from the higher time frame, in fact, let me quickly show you my line chart. Now, if you use line chart, you get to see that right here, this zone particularly, using your Fibonacci tool, you get to see that price is lining up with, let me just, okay, is it? You get to see that price is lining up with my fail-safe level. And if you've been following me for a while, that is on the free Telegram group, you get to see that my entry most of the time are always from the fail-safe level. You understand? And also, price is also rejecting from a resistance point on the higher time frame, that is from the daily time frame. You get to see this is currently the 4-hour time frame, but from the daily time frame, you get to see that price is rejecting from a resistance point. Also, price is lining up price is lining up with my Fibonacci, that is my entry point on the Fibonacci, which is the fail-safe level. So those are already two confluences that are giving me the short bias. And immediately I was able to enter into this move, caught some few pips, and I exited this move. On my live account, precisely on my live account. So that's that about VIX 51S. The same price shorting to this downside. Really quickly, let me show you another further breakdown to show you that structure has been broken on the lower time frame. Now, aside the fact that I saw that price was rejecting from my fail-safe level, also rejecting from a daily resistance, I had to break it down also to the lower time frame to see what price had done, and I saw that structure has been broken on the lower time frame, and that gave me more confluences, that is more confirmations to short the market. So guys, look at this zone. Can you see the price is already forming a structure? Price already forming a downward structure. This is already a lower high. This is already a lower low. High, lower high. This is a lower low. This is a lower high. Now price is trying to form another lower low. Now when I saw this, the price has formed this lower high, formed this lower low here also. I'll show you quickly. Form this lower low here also. If you even zoom in, you get to see that this lower low that price formed, this particular lower low that price formed, in a way, formed a double bottom. And beneath this double bottom, there is always liquidity. So all these confirmations were the things I saw that gave me the bias to enter the market. And then this was my entry point. I marked this zone out, waited for price to hit the zone. And immediately price hit the zone, I waited for a bearish reversal, a massive bearish reversal, a massive bearish momentum on this trade, and I opted in from this zone. This zone. Then just immediately after this close, there was a short retest. That was where I entered into the market. This zone, entered, played my stop loss just above this candle this week, and then just did one ratio 1.5. I was going to hold this market down to the downside, but I decided to close the market and just let it run. So I was able to cap in just some few pips from this around 30 something dollars thereabout, 30 something pips thereabout, and I exited the market. Although my overall bias for VIX 51S is a long sell. We'll be seeing a very, very long sell on VIX 51S. So that's that about VIX 51S. Also, I think in my previous video, we analyzed crash 500. Yes, crash 500. As you can see right here, I was also able to cap in some few pips from crash 500. I knew this market was going to drop, but I just got in some few pips, and then I exited the market with a very, very little amount from the market. And if you've seen my previous video, you get to see that while I was speculating, I made it clear that before I will be entering into this market, I'll be waiting for price. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame. Okay. If you've not seen my previous video on this analysis, I urge you to go look at it or to go watch it so you know exactly why I said I'll be entering the market. So I speculated that I'll be entering the market from this zone. Peradventure price pulls back into the zone. That I'll be entering the market from this zone and then shorting the market to the downside. And I also said if price does not get to this zone, then that is if price breaks this zone, then this would be my most probable point of entry. But as you can see, unfortunately, price neither touched either of the zones. Price didn't touch either of the zones. So price just pulled back a little. I think price was somewhere around here when I was analyzing the market some couple of days ago. So my speculation was that price should jump into this zone, pump to the upside. If this zone does not hold, then this would be my next probable zone. And as you can see, price didn't touch my zone. It just rejected, was in between these two zones. in between these two zones and began to drop to the downside. But all in all, price respected my overall bias, and I stated categorically that this would be my first take profit, and this zone will be my first take profit. And as you can see, my first take profit has been smashed. The first take profit that I speculated that price will get into has been smashed, and right now price is looking to dump into the second take profit because of a shorty. I am still seeing some bearish continuation to the downside, so bearish continuation to the downside. Because if you look at this closely, you get to see the price is rejecting from this other block, and there is a bearish move to the downside. Now, if the bearish move holds, if this bearish move holds, and there is no bullish reversal from this zone, there is no bullish reversal from this zone, definitely we'll be seeing crash 500 dump from that zone into my take profit, dump from this zone into my take profit. So as you can see, guys, our overall bias for a sell played out, although it didn't give us our entry, it didn't tap into our entry, but then it did play out in the direction of my analysis. And also, I think we looked into crash 1000 index. Yeah, crash 1000 index, and I speculated categorically that currently on the daily time frame, where the chart is right now, that crash 1000 is actually ranging. It is ranging at the moment, and I won't be looking to enter into this market for either a buy or a sell until I see price break through this range. But as you can see, also towards the end of my analysis on crash 1000, I speculated that also this is also forming a wedge pattern. This is forming a wedge pattern, and until I see price break the wedge either to the upside, comes back to retest its zone of entry, I won't be taking trade. But as you can see right now, price has broken this trend line here, the trend line of the wedge. Price has broken it, but also this zone is still somewhat very, very strong. It's still somewhat very, very strong for crash 1000. As you can see, we are still looking at, as you can see, obviously on the chart, we are seeing some bearish drop. Can you see? We're seeing some bearish drop to the downside, and this bearish drop might hold. It might hold because even where crash 1000 bought into is still a zone in the range. It's still a zone in the range. Let me go to the daily time frame to show you. It's still a zone in the range. Can you see? It is still in the range. Can you see? It is still in the range. So price at this point might just be this rejection might just be because price is retesting this support region again. Sorry, that doesn't say support, this resistance region again, and then to continue to the downside and then continue ranging for as long as possible, or we eventually see a massive break of this range to this upside, and then we will be seeing a short. If this range is broken by crash 1000 index, seeing that it has broken this trend line, if the push holds and continues to go to the upside, then we'll be looking at price rejecting from this zone, either to retest a zone, either a zone here or the trend line, to continue bullish. But all in all, if crash 1000 breaks this range with this impulsive move that it is making, because if you look at this candle, you get to see that this is a very, very massive impulsive daily candle. This is a massive impulsive daily candle, and if this resistance point does not hold, it will eventually break it. Now, looking at this, if price breaks this zone, this range, and then gets to this zone, then we'll be looking out for a sell. We will be looking out for a sell, and then look out eventually for a possible continuous buy after a retest of the zone here, all this trend line. So that's that about crash 1000 index. Also, boom, 500 index. 500 index. Let me go down to the lower time frame. If you've gone through the previous video, I speculated categorically that um, I'll be looking at cash 500 index buy into this zone. Okay. I think I speculated categorically that I'll be looking at cash 500 buy into the zone. Sorry, I'm having some glitches on my screen right now. Okay, it's back. Now, I speculated that I'll be looking at cash 500 index buying into the zone, this zone up here, and then see a short drop to the downside. And as you can see, categorically, based on what I said a couple of days ago, you can see cash 500 bought into the zone and look at the massive drop that happened. This is about, let's see, about 125 pips thereabout to the downside after tapping into my zone, into the zone I speculated. It's already 130 pips, 130 pips drop. And as you can see again, price dropped from this zone, came back to retest. Because if you look at this is actually a trend line here. You can see this is your first point, second point, and third point. And then price retested this trend line and then continued pushing to the upside. Came back into the zone, our zone of interest again, and then as you can see, price is dropping to the downside. Although our overall bias for this move is bullish, our overall bias for this move is bullish. As you can see, based on what the arrow is showing, my overall bias for crash for boom 500 for the meantime is bullish, although it's just trying to respect the zone, try to play around the zone. But eventually, once it breaks out, we will be seeing a massive buy to the upside. Let us quickly do more speculations. See, okay, okay, okay. Now, if you look at this closely, you get to see that this is somewhat forming a bearish flag based on the overall move from this zone, based on the overall move from this upside down to the zone. This is forming a bearish flag. But all in all, we just keep an eye on 500 and look at how it wants to play out. If it comes back to retest that zone that I backed out again, and then comes down to break this trend line, then with a very, very massive impulsive push to the downside, then we might be seeing a bearish continuation. We might be seeing a bearish continuation. Let me see quickly. Okay, it's actually a good entry zone. It's a very, very good entry zone. But I won't be entering into this market until I see this trend line break, and then it will just step to the downside. But based on what we're seeing, we should just keep an eye on 500. If I break the zone, continue to the upside, or eventually break the zone and continue to the downside. All in all, we won't be taking any trade. Personally, I won't be taking any trade on 500 until I see either of these two trend lines broken. Either of these two trend lines broken. So that is that about 500 index. Let's look at 1000. Okay. Oh man, oh man. Okay. In our last video I made, I stated categorically the price was somewhere around this zone. Yes, somewhere around there. I stated categorically that I'll be looking at 1000 index buy into the zone before pushing to the downside to eat my take profit. And as you can see, price didn't tap us in. It did actually get into our zone of interest, into our POI, point of interest, and it just continued dropping to the downside. You see, this is around 460 pips thereabout to the downside. Very, very massive move to the downside. And as you can see, price just tapped into our zone or zone of interest, and then began pushing to the upside. And right now, boom 1000 index is bullish. It is bullish at the moment. Boom 1000 index is bullish at the moment. And right now, let's just quickly do an analysis on this to see what our speculations would be on boom 1000 index. Okay, based on what price has done, let me quickly go to the daily time frame to see. Okay. Okay, for boom 1000 index, we would want to see, okay, I think price is on a bullish rampage at the moment. Price is on a bullish rampage at the moment. Now, we're looking at price continuing a buy to the upside, and then let's see a spike that just happened. A spike just happened right now on the 1000 index. Although the overall move for the 1000 index is bearish, but right now, for the next couple of hours, for the next couple of days thereabouts, we'll be seeing from 1000 index spiking to the upside. Can you see the spike that just happened? You see the spike that happened. So for the next couple of days, for the next couple of hours, we'll be seeing from 1000 index spine, and our probable zone of entry to continue the ride to the downside will be somewhere around, let me show you please, somewhere around what to look for. Okay, we'll be seeing somewhere around here. Somewhere around here, we'll be looking at 1000 index buying into the zone, and then shorting to the downside, So guys, you heard it first on my channel. We're looking at 1000 index buy to the upside, get into the, let's see, 130, around 13043 and 13105 region before we see a continuous short to the downside, because overall 1000 index right now is bearish. It is bearish. So that's that about the 1000 index. Okay, let me just look at some other commodities. Let's look at the VIX 75 index. The VIX 75 index commodity is the monster commodity on the synthetic indices market. It is the monster commodity on the synthetic indices market. It has sent a lot of traders packing, and it has actually brought smile to the faces of a lot of traders who actually understand how its dynamic works. So guys, crash, okay, it's a crash. As the VIX 75 index, we'll be looking at VIX 75 index. Let's see what price is doing. Now guys, you need to understand that you don't just come onto the chart and then just try to use your support and resistance alone, or just mark out support and resistance, mark out trend lines, and then feel as though price should just respect your trend line alone. Or you begin to feel as though price should just respect your Fibonacci alone. You have to ensure that you see a lot of confluences. You have to ensure that you see a lot of things playing out in the market before you eventually decide to take a trade. That is what we call confluence trading. Confluence trading is you ensuring that you see a lot of confirmations before deciding to take a trade. Now, based on what the market is showing us right now, we are seeing a bearish move on VIX 75 index. VIX 75 index. I think in the if you go back 3 videos before this, I stated categorically that my overall bias for VIX 75 index is bearish. And immediately I made a video. The next move that happened on VIX 75 index was a bullish one. Just waiting for my chart to load up, and then I'll show you why I'm saying VIX 75 index is overall bearish. Just wait up for my chart to load up. the weekly time frame. I want to show you guys why I'm saying that on the weekly time frame. Okay, the chat was loaded us now. Okay, is it now? Our overall bias for big 75 index is bearish, and these are my reasons. First of all, you can see this is a massive resistance zone. The price just retested, pushed to the downside, and right now you can see that trend line has been broken. This trend line has been broken by this downward move. Everything, all this pullback happening are just retests of some zones, some levels on this chart to continue bearish. And I speculated that I'll be looking at this 75 index push to the downside, at least show you. Look at this 75 index push to the downside and at least get into this zone. So based on my speculation, I speculated that this 75 index is overall bearish, and immediately I said that price pushed to this upside based on this other block you're seeing here. Price came into this other block, we tested this other block, pushed to the upside, and right now it is continuing in this bearish direction. Right now, from this zone, looking at this 75 index, sell into the zone. So right now, any move you're looking at taking on this 75 index, your overall bias should be a bearish one. And if you look at the chart closely, you get to see that this structure has been taken out. This structure has been taken out. This structure has been taken out, and also this structure has been taken out. You can see this higher low has been taken out by this higher low has been taken out by this, and this higher low has been taken out by this bearish impulsive move. So that is the reason why I am speculating that this 75 index is bearish. This 75 index is bearish. I have some couple of minutes left on this recording. So I have some couple of minutes left on this recording, and I'll be ending the recording after 2 more analysis. Let's just quickly analyze 2 more commodities, and we call it a day. Let's just look at let me see. Let's look at V. Okay, let's look at V100, V101S, and then look at step index, and then we call it a day. Okay, presently let's go down to daily time frame. I like to open or look at what price is doing from the daily time frame, but that gives me an overall bias as to what I would expect in the market. So guys, on VIX 101S, can see the price is already at a support level, and there's every tendency that this support level holds. And if you look at this closely, you get to see that on the daily time frame, VIX 75 1S is ranging. This is actually a range. So all the buys you've been doing, all the sales you've been doing on VIX 101S have been in a range, in this range. So guys, seeing that this is already in the range on the daily time frame, we go down to the 4-hour time frame. Now, just because price is ranging does not mean you will be able to make money. You can still swing trades even in the range. Now, if I had caught this trade from somewhere here, I would have held it for a couple of days before exiting, because even though this is in the range, I can still take swing trades from the lower time frame. Now, let's look at what price is doing. You can see this is already an overall sell, because if you look at this closely, you get to see that this structure has been taken out, this has been taken out, and this also has been taken out. Just mark those 3 zones out for you. Can see these structures have been taken out. Any push to the upside now will just be a retest of a zone or an order block for a continuous drop to the downside. So based on what price is doing right now, we might be seeing VIX 101S just buy into the zone and then continue short, or buy into the zone and then continue short to the downside. 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 Continue Also, guys, this analysis is not a financial advice. This analysis is just based on my years of experience as a trader of the forex market and the synthetic indices market. So any trade you take, you're liable to any trade you take using this analysis. This is just my personal bias. You can also go back to the chart and do your personal analysis before entering into the market. So, guys, as I said, I'm looking at VIX 100 1S buy into the zone, and based on how price enters into the zone, if it attenuates before entering into the zone, then I'll be looking to catch the reversal. That is, wait for a break of structure on the lower time frame, wait for a retest, and then enter into the market. But if it impossibly enters into the zone and breaks the zone, I'll be waiting for price to get into the zone, and then wait for a break of structure on the lower time frame, and then short the market to the downside. That's that about the 600 1S. Let's just look at step index quickly, and we'll call it a day. So in my previous video, I stated categorically that I should say VIX. Step index is actually on a very, very massive bullish run. Now, everything step index is right now is just a minor push to the downside. It's just a minor push to the downside. Overall, step index is bullish. Okay, I think you might want to see some bearish reversal at the moment, but until we see a strong bearish confirmation, you see this is another block that price is reacting from. Go down to the lower time frame, look at what price is doing on the lower time frame. As a broken structure, yes, this structure has been taken out. This structure has been taken out. This structure has been taken out. So I'm waiting for price to come back and retest somewhat. Let's say like this other block here. There is this other block before shorting to the downside, and we would be seeing that this would be a very, very strong drop to the downside if price, that is, if price does not reject from here to this upside, but then breaks this zone with this bearish impulsive move. Let's say break this zone somewhat to this downside, and then eventually comes back to this zone, then this will be double break of structure. And they want to see a double break of structure like this, and price is coming back to reject or to retest this other block that calls the break of structure. We will be looking at entering for a short. But right now, we cannot just up on the trade and say step index is selling, because if you draw a trend line somewhere around here, can you see that price is still somewhat in the or trying to reject from the trend line zone. And if you just want to take this straight from here for a sell, you might get tapped out wherever you place a stop loss, either somewhere around here or this one or this one. Price might just reject from this trend line and then continue bullish. So based on what I said, we want to look at price break, see that has broken the structure. Want to look at price breaking the structure and then coming back to retest the zone before pushing to the downside, or seeing that it has broken the structure already. We want to look at price coming back into the zone and then pushing to the downside with an impulsive candle, and also taking out structures on a much more lower time frame. So that this is the 4-hour time frame. We want to see price get to the zone and down to the downside, breaking structures on the much more lower time frame, like the 1 hour, the 15 minutes, the 20 minutes, the 30 minutes. Because any time frame lower than the 4-hour time frame, we want to see price break structure and then give us a bearish bias. So that's that about the analysis of all these commodities. As I said before I started the analysis, if this is the first time you're coming across my YouTube channel, I'd like you to click on the subscribe button and also do all to turn on the notification bell, do all to smash the like button, drop a comment, whatever commodity you want me to analyze, drop commodities in the comment section, and I'll do all to analyze them. And do all to share the link of my page, of my YouTube channel to your friends and family. Let them know that something good, something amazing is happening on my channel. And also do all to smash the like button, do all to turn on the notification bell, as always, up the algorithm of my video of this content to reach as many people as possible. So that's that about the video. Until I see you next time. Until I see you next time. This is Perfect Forex, your friend, your brother, and your favorite trader. Do have a great day and God bless you.